All right, so I've gotten the TBS set back from Carrie and Ben, who have joined the two plates. They've profiled the sides and they've done some initial sanding. And at this point, I want to, in the database, I'm going to indicate that it's been joined and sanded, so we keep track of everything here. So here's a little button, joined and sanded. I'm just going to click that so I know that I've gotten it back from that initial step. And then I'm going to look at the configuration, because at this point I need to decide, I want to decide which plate I'm going to use for the top and which for the back. In this case, they're really very similar, but you can see like the middle lighter part is wider on this one than on this plate. So it used to be that I felt like the skinnier one should go on the front and the wider one should go on the back. I'm not really sure why I thought that, but now what I do is I'll take some of the elements and I'm going to look for, figures or things that are interesting about each plate and see if I can accent those with the way I lay out the top or the back. So if there's something that is super cool that the fretboard extension or the bridge or the sound hole is going to remove, then I'll use that plate for the back. In this case, they're very similar, so I'm gonna, I kind of already know what I'm gonna do here, because just looking at it, I like this light part being down the center. And in the case of this one, this plate, the width of it is very close to the width of my fretboard. And I like that because it kind of draws your eye down the center. So it would work, it would be fine with this one too. But there are also some really cool little dark areas on this side. So it's really a very, subjective kind of thing. So, but what I think I would do is pull this down as far as I could so that I get more of the width. And then I'm going to place this, normally goes about right here. So you can see that I'm getting very close to the width of my fretboard if I pull this down. And then it just kind of, these lines kind of follow the angle of the fretboard down, get a little wider and a little bit, go in a little bit at the tail. So for this particular one, I'm going to choose the wider, light part on the center for the front. It's also really cool. There are like some dark spots down here that I really like that are going to show up just south of the bridge. So that's my choice for this one. And now that I've done that, the next step is to lay out the top, mark for the rosette, and drill a hole and then route for the rosette and install it. And I'm going to do that on in the next session.